do you know when it's time to walk away from a career, especially an Olympic career? It's easy if your results aren't good anymore, but it's really hard if you're still on top, like long track speed skater Mia Manganello. Milan is going to be her third Olympics.
This is also going to be my last Olympics. That was hard to say. Sorry.
At 36, she is ready for something scarier than mass start, the future. Mia has some great advice on how to walk away from a career, especially if you're still on top. So here's the thing you need to understand about Mia. She is as fast. Is that a Chanel boot tag?
So I'm bougie.
As she is fancy.
You know, we spend all day, every day in spandex. So I like to feel like a girl. So I get my hair done and my nails done, and I like my nice things.
Mia won bronze in team pursuit at the 2022 Beijing Games. She specializes in mass start. Its nickname, NASCAR on Ice.
They finally came out with a pack style event, the mass start. And so right now that is my main discipline in long track. And that's what I'll be going to the Olympics, hopefully the Olympics, to win a medal in. And so with that, kind of ties in my head-to-head combat, we'll say, compared to the metric style, the traditional style of long track racing. On this Dying to Ask the Road to Milan Cortina, why Mia describes being an Olympian as addictive,
How she made the decision to make this her last Olympics. The lessons Mia learned while working in her family's Italian restaurant that define her as an athlete. And why she says she likes to look and feel pretty while she's taking out the competition. Download Dying to Ask on Apple or Spotify, or you can watch it on YouTube. Is it easier because you've got a little bit of been there, done that, or is it harder because you got been there, done that, and you know?
You know how bad it can be.
You know how bad it can be.
Yeah, a little bit of both for sure. I'm definitely, this is also going to be my last Olympics.
Ooh.
That was hard to say.
Wow.
Sorry. Yeah, so it's actually going to be my last Olympics. So there's a lot of just enjoying the moment, embracing the moment, not taking anything for granted, and really being in the present. I think in the past, it's something that you just kind of do, right? It's the rhythm of your career. You have Olympic trials, you have the Olympics, you work another 3 to 4 years, you go to another Olympic trials. And it's easy to put your blinders on and kind of just see everything fly by you.
Yeah.
And so I'm really trying to embrace this year. And yeah, so I don't know, this is probably gonna be my best season yet, just because of that, I think. And hopefully, fingers crossed, everything works out and I do make my third Olympics. But yeah, it's gonna be joyous for sure.
I've heard or read that you had said if you can't stop thinking about something, then you shouldn't stop working for it.
Yeah, you bet.
You're still thinking about it right now.
For sure, for sure. When I was younger, that mantra came to me when I had stepped away from the sport for 6 years and then decided to come back because I couldn't stop thinking about it and making the Olympics. I have since made 2 Olympics. So you would think that I've stopped thinking about it, but there's just something in you that, especially when you get a taste of the Olympics, it's so addicting. And just pushing yourself to that limit and working hard every single day and having the support around you, the team atmosphere, the whole thing is intoxicating in a good way.
And yet you can look to the future and say,
yeah,
time for something else too.
Yeah, this is right now, this moment that I'm feeling internally, knowing that this is my last season, my last Olympics. This is the feeling that I hoped for those past 2 Olympics. My ultimate goal was just to make the Olympic team. 2018, made the Olympics team, cherry on top, won a bronze medal. After that, I'm done, right? Everything, I checked all the boxes, I think I'm done. And there was still just something in me that just was still, you know, the flame was still fired. You know, it's just driving me. And then the 22 games came and I'm like, all right, so I made 2 Olympics. Didn't get the medal, just off the podium, but maybe this is enough. and it still wasn't gone inside of me. And this season, thank God, but it is. I don't know. I have a sense of peace with the end of my career and the next phase and the next journey to come. And regardless of what the results are, I'm just really happy to be here and enjoying this ride.
What an amazing feeling.
I know,
I
right?
mean, seriously.
I'm like, yeah, because
really
I always thought it would be results driven. That would make me feel accomplished and done and fulfilled. But it really, it just kind of came to me that I'm just at the end, and that's okay.
Is that a gut? How does somebody in your position, like say in their own field, know when it's time to walk? Because like when you're out on top, it's really hard to leave a good thing, you know?
It is, and especially when you're on top and still getting better. I don't know, you just see the the generations change a little bit. I'm 35 now, so I think my internal clock is ticking a little bit, and I think I'm just ready for another phase. Going to school now, trying to prepare myself for the next phase also, and I don't know, I'm just excited. I just feel ready.
Yeah.
It's something that I don't think you can fight. I think you just need to wait and let it come to you.
I feel like I'm getting some life coaching. This is very, very helpful for me right now. I love it.
Life coach.
Maybe that'll be it. What did you learn watching your parents in the restaurant? You grew up in an Italian restaurant.
I did.
Which I find so interesting because the pace of an Italian restaurant is really fast.
You bet. I learned my mama's look real quick. Yep. So I knew when to shut up when I needed to.
What did it look like?
I can't do it right now because I can't. But if you know your mama's look, you know it. And she, you learn respect, you learn discipline, customer service. So you learn to interact with others, which I think I started speed skating at a very young age and traveling around the world. And I think being able to adapt to your surroundings and understand people and kind of become a chameleon in an environment is really important. And it was some of the most amazing moments in my life and I love pizza,
so there's that.
Oh my gosh.
So like wrapping up your career in Italy is a really nice full circle moment.
Couldn't be more perfect. I will be staying for many days after to eat all the carbs, all of them.
I love it. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about differences between. First of all, tell me the biggest difference, like between long track and short track, like in terms of types of people, what the mission is, all of that.
Yeah, so I specialize in long track. It is a 400-meter track, similar to a high school running track. And then compared to that, we have short track, which is basically raced in a hockey rink. It's a 111-meter track, I believe. But that is more of a pack style event. And so it's more head-to-head, more competition. I personally love that a little bit more. Long track tends to be more of a time trial event. You against the clock, you have to be mentally strong to no end. I'm more of a racer, and I think I really got that from the time that I spent racing bikes also in the pack style and the team atmosphere. And so for me, for long track, they finally came out with a pack style event, the mass start. And so right now that is my main discipline in long track, and that's what I'll be going to the Olympics, hopefully the Olympics, to win a medal in. And so with that, kind of ties in my head-to-head combat, we'll say, compared to the metric style, the traditional style of long track racing.
Got it. Okay. Is that a Chanel boot bag?
So I'm bougie. Don't judge me, I like nice things. But yes, this is my nails.
Oh, God.
So I have this nice boot cover that I made, that I had made. It helps protect my nice white skates. I did get in a little altercation last year, and some girls stepped on my skate. But that is my long track boot. I'll take my blade cover off. Yeah, so we have a carbon fiber boot covered with a premium leather. And then we have, you can have anywhere from a 16-inch to a 17.5-inch blade. And then on the blade for long track, we do have it clap. That is a feature that only long track has to help extend the push, which has really propelled the speeds from the earlier years.
So can you break it down? So you
Yep.
take off and the boot does what?
And the boot claps. And so we call them clap skates. So when you're skating, lays down flat, and then at the end of the very end of the push, you're able to get just that little bit extra of the push as it comes back around, and then you set it down, and then you push, and it claps. So it allows the blade to stay on the ice just a little bit longer, extending the push and really propelling you down the ice rink.
Is the blade straight or does it have a bit of a curve?
So we do have a bit of a curve in the blade. It's very difficult to see. But the bottom of the blade is actually the width of the side of a penny. And so we're not on what you would think a knife would just be a straight blade, one edge. We do have a flat surface, and then a right edge, an outer edge, and an inner edge. Both we skate on to get grip into the ice, but when we glide, you glide on that surface area with the least resistance to actually help glide faster across the ice. We have a bend in the blade that helps us get around the corners, kind of guides us a little bit versus having a straight blade. We would be fighting it a bit more. And then we also have a radius on the blade. So we have a bit of a hockey blade is something that I always think of when I think of a rounded blade. That way it allows us also to have a little bit more ability to manipulate the blade. So the entire surface of the blade isn't touching the ice at all at one point. So yeah, she's fast, she's fun, she's shiny.
She's bougie.
She's bougie. You know, we spend all day, every day in spandex. So I like to feel like a girl. So I get my hair done and my nails done, and I like my nice things. Why not feel pretty?
Why not?
Why not?
Thanks for checking out Dying to Ask, The Road to Milan Cortina. You can take the show on the go by downloading it on Apple or Spotify, and you can always watch it on YouTube.